All right. This is the story of the first and only time that I went to a gentleman's club. So roll the clock back about 10 years ago. My best friend Pat and I, we've been best friends since we were 4. It's the summer after our first year of college, and we're working, as men do, in a little shop that sells glass trinkets. And the staff of, wow, somebody really liked that. I should stop now. The staff consists of Pat and myself and like 16 incredibly gorgeous women. And I have a girlfriend, and I try to be a decent guy, so this is like of no use to me. But Pat is single, and I have had like this miserable summer listening to Pat talk about how like no one's paying attention to him, despite the fact that these girls are like throwing themselves in front of him. And I'm just so fed up with his bullshit that I'm like, all right, I'm going to rub your nose in it. I think this is actually all just like some elaborately concocted excuse in my head. But somehow our other best friend Neil and I decided we're going to like rub his nose in this by taking him to a strip club. I know there is no logic to this, but we like made sense to ourselves at the time. So one night, without telling Pat what we're doing, we pick him up in my mother's Ford Explorer. They're so cool. And we won't tell him where we're going, but Neil has said to me, I know a place, right? Neil is 5'4", 92 pounds, soaking wet, and he now has a PhD in cognitive neuroscience. But he knows a place, right? This should have been my first sign. So, keep in mind, we're in my hometown of Elmira, which is like, my high school girlfriend had a gun rack in her pickup truck. That's that kind of town this was. And I'm not making that up. But we're going somewhere out of town, right? Second sign. So we're driving, and like, we drive out past where there are any houses, and then we drive out past where there are any street lights, and then the roads are like gravel, and then we can like see the wagon tracks. But we're still going, and it's been like 45 minutes. And Pat by this time has like kind of figured out what's up, and we like kidnapped our other friend Jason, who was with Pat. So there's the 4 of us, me and Pat and Neil and Jason. We're all driving, and we come around this corner. It's pitch black, and there's this like gray mass in the road. So like I hit the brakes, and the car's fishtailing, and it's like we slide to a stop right before this gray thing, and it stands up, and it's a horse. It's a white horse. I'm not making this up. It comes walking over to my window, and it looks at me. And he goes, and all I can think of is, I'm not a religious guy, clearly, I'm like on my way to a strip club, but all I can think of is this quote from the Bible: "Beware the pale horse and the man who rides him, for he is death, and hell follows with him." But, I mean, it's too late to turn around and I can't find my way home anyway, so we just keep driving. We go like another mile, and we come upon a double wide, which has a literal sign. It says, "The last lap." Oh. Not the boom boom room, not the kickback club, the last lap. Okay. So we walk up to the door. I'll never forget this. I don't know why. There's a red Volvo in the driveway, like some like 4th grade teacher. And this midget comes walking out the door. She's got a shaved head. She has got a shaved head. And she's wearing a wife beater, and she says, $8. We're like, $2 a piece, that's reasonable. So we fork it up, she says, $8 each. Alright, so we walk inside. And I mean, by this time we paid, right? Like, it's an hour's salary for each of us, but we're willing to cough it up at this point. So we walk inside. The cast of Deliverance is playing pool just inside. There's a bathroom curtain separating one half of the double wide from the other. We can hear music on the other side. We're like, that's where the action is. So we go past the bathroom curtain, and there's what I would describe as a moderately attractive heroin addict dancing on the table. But, I mean, we're 18-year-old guys. Like, we stopped at moderately attractive. We didn't get to that other part. So, you know, we sit down, the music's playing, it stops, she walks off stage. We're like, okay, that was a start. I'm going to go over my time, but I just decided I don't care. One more minute. So, this other woman comes out. She's my mom's age, maybe. She's got some of her teeth, I think. And she's wearing an apron. And she comes over. The music hasn't started yet. She takes off the apron. It's not so much stripping. It's just kind of like wrenching. And she kind of looks at us and she's like, red meat. These guys are not prepared for this. So she grabs poor Jason, who didn't even know what was going on. She grabs him by the back of the head. The music still hasn't started. She pulls him to her and kind of gives him a, like, one of these. So it's bouncing back and forth like this. And like we've been in there maybe 45 seconds at this point. Our eyes go wide. We like throw $5 bills at the stage, hoping that she's distracted long enough that we can get out unscathed. We go running for the door. We're out. Well, 12, 13 bucks a piece, and we've had 45 seconds of true horror, and we are out the door. And what we learned from that night really is beware the sign of the beast.